and welcome back. I think this week is going to be, a rather quickie, easy type of overview-ish project. I'm just going to do some MemoryDex cards. I'm not using any dies for it. I just cut the sizes I wanted. And I do have a little bit of a head start from this month's Cards, Tags, and More kit. I've done a little bit of work. I put this kind of back together just so you could see which sheet I was starting with. Then I cut down what I wanted. Okay, so what I have here is 3 MemoryDexes, a 1/4 inch shorter as I go down here. And this is just some heavy cover stock. Part of one of the papers I had left from my Easel fold cards a couple weeks ago. I have a 3x4, a 2 3/4 by 4, and 2.5 by 4. And then I just cut the pieces out of that pattern paper that I wanted to use. I have the corners rounded, and I just used the 10mm corner on that 3-way corner punch. And then used Heidi Swap, just the MemoryDex punch there. And it has the lines in there, the default size for 4 inches. So there's the base cards. And the reason this is here is just because it's a sturdy background and it was already a paper that had been, or a piece of the cover stock that had been cut into. So it worked for the purpose of just adding a bit of stability to the Lemon Craft pattern papers. So I have my bases, easy peasy bases, and I'm just going to glue those together right now. All right, so you can kind of see where this is going. I'm just going to use up as many of these fussy cut parts that I had cut out for my cards when I was doing all that fussy cutting. I have some extra fussy cut parts. These larger ones over here were from the cover of the Elements pad. Same with the words. In the process still of cutting out the scalloped edge of these pieces. It's just going to be stacking things up, and I think I'll be using a hot glue gun for all of that adhesion because it helps build and there's really no dry time. I have my pink flowers left from this Cards, Tags, and More kit, and then I have this cluster left from the Scrapbooking Kit. So I'm gonna at least try to use up this. I've said it before. I don't like having partial packs of flowers. If I'm using them that month, I need to use them all up. I just do. So, and then I do have just some scraps left over here of the pattern paper, a little piece of the cover stock, but I don't know if those will get used. It's just a layered collage thing that's going to be going on over here with fussy cut pieces and ink. I think that I will ink some of the edges just so that they have a little bit more definition. Just something light, something easy, nothing too wild and crazy. And there they are. Quick, simple. Hot glue makes it go even faster. There at the end, you saw me just use some of that Fairy Wings from this month's Mixed Media Kit just to add a little final touch there, a little sparkle. You saw me just lightly use whatever was left on the brush at the end of each card and add a little green hue to those flowers. Popped on a little butterfly on each one. There. Just hand cut little ends off there. You know, one on the left, one on the right. This one on both ends because I have it across. And I just layered things up. It was really, really a very, very quick, easy project. Especially since I had already cut out my fussy cut pieces. And so I'm going to try to hold these by hand. If you look at it together and they're all lined up one behind the other, then you have something like that. I added just some small eyelets that I had that just happened to match. So that's it. If you wanted to, you could, tie a little string or ribbon or something. You did see I took that cluster I had left from the Scrapbooking Kit little birdie pack, took it apart and spread it out across all three, including even managing to tuck in a couple little loops of that sheer ribbon that was originally on those clusters. With it all together now, you can easily just come in with maybe a drop of glue here and there that you might need. And now I can just push that down. Once the main part is together, if you find loose areas, you can either come back with your hot glue or just some quick drying glue, or leave it flopping if you want, but I don't want it flopping. I just followed the outlines from the original punches on the background to cut through the layers after I had them in place. The tags I had kind of tried to originally put the punch the holes out for the going on the tracks. But then as I worked and I decided things needed to move, they didn't always end up in this same spot at the end. So after I had all my layers on, I just came in with scissors. This is a very narrow opening. You're not getting in you can really see how narrow it is. It's really made for one, maybe two sheets of paper at most. It wasn't going to go through everything, and it wasn't going to go through or I wasn't going to be able to slide the card in with more layers or with the hot glue. So scissors it was, or use scissors to get it started, and then come back with a knife, some kind of blade maybe, and you could just clean it up if you wanted to, like so. If it was a little rough for your tastes there. Don't mind Moo here. He doesn't mind you at all. He doesn't mind anybody trying to do anything. So, anyhow. And, well, I guess I'll put him on the darker here. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy. Hot glue. A little bit of paper and ink and some layering. I hope you enjoyed this little project this week, and it gave you some ideas of what you can do with this month's Card Stacks More kit, maybe some fussy cut pieces that you had left over that you hadn't used, a partial flower pack you might have left, and a little paint splatter. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up and feel free to share this video. Thank you, and I will see you again in May.